Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Spin into Stillness. I'm Reverend Rob Benashak, and we are here to make a few moments for ourselves, to be still, to listen to that deep voice that is within us, that is within us all, and to reflect on how we might uh, take action on the insight that we receive from that voice within. We do this in a couple of steps. We start by setting an intention. So this is our way of declaring to the universe what our expectations are or what we would like to experience as a result of our meditating this evening or as a part of our regular meditation. And of course, we all come to meditation for different reasons. And your intention is aligned with the reason that you are doing this to begin with. And it could be anything uh, as kind of integral to your life, like sleeping better or being more calm in work situations, very practical applications of meditation. Maybe we're just trying to find a deeper connection to spirit, the mystical or the metaphysical part of our meditation. But whatever it is, this is your evening, this is your meditation, and so it is your intention. So I usually write intentions on little slips of paper. This is copier paper that has been just cut to little tickets. And if we were in person, I would invite you to both write it down, your intention, and then hold on to it during meditation so that you can add energy to it, reflect on what the words you've written are saying in your heart. And then when it was done, our meditation, I would invite you to bring it up to me, and I would have a bowl set up and a flame, and we would light those intentions and set them on fire out into the flames. Because when we articulate our desires, our heart's desire, our intentions, and then we have the courage to have faith that they are going to happen in just the right way, and that we want to let ourselves detach from that intention so that we're not watching for it all the time. We're allowing the universe to do what it does. So I'm going to write my own, and then I'm also going to write one that will serve as proxy, as if we were all together and I was inviting you to bring them up to throw into the flames. And that will be a ticket that says everyone's intentions. So I'm going to write my own, and then I'm going to write one for everyone's intentions while you reflect on your own. Written. Everyone's intentions were right there. And it's now time to move on to our second pre-meditation activity. We're going to draw a card from an oracle deck called the Star Codes Astro deck. And we're going to allow this card to give us a little more information about that intention that we've set. So we draw the card, and then we take a look at the artwork on the card and the theme of the card, and listen to a little bit about what the author of the card was intending with this archetype when I read about the card. So we're going to be looking at it and really trying to figure out how this card fits with the intention that we've set for ourselves. So we're drawing a card together, but it's addressing our individual questions, individual intentions. Now, today is also Earth Day. And so, as a part of this meditation, I really invite us all to add to whatever intention we are setting the opportunity to manifest or to make this intention come to fruition while also supporting, loving, embracing, and doing what we can to save our Mother Earth, to honor our Mother Earth, to reduce our carbon footprint as much as possible, and to try to minimize as much as we can the climate change that we know is happening. So, just as an added component to our intentions, let us remember that whatever we are intending is taking place right here on Mother Earth. And we want to be here and have her serve us, and we want to be able to serve her as well. So, just something to keep in mind as we draw the card and you begin to think about your intention and how to put it all together. Remember, we need to have this planet because it's our only planet, it's our only home for now. And without that home, our intentions won't become manifest in the way that we would need them to be. So, happy Earth Day to everyone. So, I'm going to draw the card. I'm going to shuffle the card, and then I'm going to just lift up the deck so that I'm not reaching into the deck so that you're not seeing me try to find a card. I'm just going to literally shuffle and then bring up that card, and you will see what the card is for the week. So let's do that now while I remember everyone to like and subscribe. Please, love to form the community here. Love to see people engaging with one another and with me. So please remember to like and subscribe. Please say hello in the comments. Especially if you're on Facebook, I may not catch your comments until I sign off a lot of times. And I don't want to take a lot of time searching for them while I have you here. But you can still leave your comments. I can still see them, and we can still have a nice little exchange in our community. So say hello. Let me know you're here. Also, we are working with oracle cards. The thing about oracle cards is you don't have to believe in the mystic nature of the cards. What you can do, though, is think of this card that we're about to draw as a creative prompt, as a little, a little key that turns. It helps you unlock some things that you might have not seen had you not drawn the card. Just something that is a sign, is another guidepost or banner along the way showing you even more clearly a direction to your intention. No mystic necessary. So I think we're ready. I'm going to just lift up that card from the bottom and we'll see what our card is for the week. Our card is so we have had this card before, probably relatively recently. And this is going to the idea that I'm trying to get through the deck. This is a 54, 52 card deck. And I would love to draw all of the cards at least once. We are far from that. And, but that doesn't mean that we don't draw the same card from time to time in a short period of time. And so this message from this card, we may have heard before, but it's uniquely addressing each of our unique intentions this evening. So that's the beauty of it. Because as we often say when we're learning how to read these cards, the message is the message. So whatever comes up is the one that we are supposed to see and apply to ourselves. So the card is transits. I'm going to put that up for you to see. There it is. So you can take a look at the spirals and really, the message for this card is climate. Climate on a day that it is Earth Day. We're talking about climate and climate change and transits and how climates take us from one place to another. So, wow. Never ceases to amaze me. Card 55, transits, climate. Let's hear more about it. part of the changing states suit of cards. Changing states. The planets are always moving through time and space, always spinning around us. When those planets form geometric relationships to one another, they create transits, the astrological weather conditions of the day that affect us all. When a moving planet forms a geometric relationship with to a planet in your natal chart, that transitioning planet or that transiting planet can act like a guest who enters your house, sits in your kitchen, or sprawls in your living room. It activates that part of your existence. If that transiting planet talks to your Mars, it activates your warrior nature and fight or flight response. If it talks to your moon, it initiates a story centered around your home, your family, and how you nurture yourself. So the action for this card, this situation, meaning the intention or whatever you are working on in how you framed on your little ticket and how you framed it, this situation is in flux and surrounding conditions are changing. Stay alert, aware, and be ready to respond to incoming dangers and opportunities. Some people are moving in, others are leaving. New opportunities open and old chapters close. Listen to the grapevine for changes in personnel or economic conditions. You are not in control of those elements, but you can make the most of these changes and dance with fate. People that walk into your life now may be karmically important. Either the relationship will last a long time, or it may be short, pithy, and teach you a valuable lesson. It can be helpful at this point to look at the transits in your natal chart. There is no volume control on this card's energy. Transits may trigger a small change in the personnel around you, or it can signal a shooting star that blazes across your life and turns your direction entirely. You have choices. Though, ask for grace and guidance when responding to the changing circumstances. The challenge of this card, wild cards are at play. You are not in control of who or what now brushes your life, and that can be scary. The gift of this card, even though life is an ever-moving circus and you do not control the people and events transiting your life, know that you are in complete control of your response and to the transit. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. That's such a great, impactful advice, insight for us, because the transits in our life offer opportunities to choose to respond productively, constructively, compassionately, and collaboratively to the issues that come up beyond our control. It's not always easy. And as a matter of fact, it's really easy to dismiss it as not being easy and therefore never choose wisely. And so this card is a reminder to me to reflect on things that I know to be true that I continue to act on despite my delusion that it will go away or that it will change without action. So this is the time to look at those things, those activities, people, experiences that are beyond our control, but offer us a significant, if not completely pivotal chance to affect and direct our lives with agency accordingly. So let's meditate on this transits, climate, and climate because the climate is changing, literally changing in many ways, but for us in response to this intention. So let us begin to relax and to go into our meditation together. So you want to be relaxed and comfortable. You also want to try to remain alert if you can, so that you can have this dialogue with this inner voice, with this inner wisdom that I have always considered the divine me that exists within. Now it's both out of sight of me because it is within you and everybody else around me, every other living thing. So it is external to me, but it is also internal to me. The voice is coming from within. And that's That's that part of you that always knows the truth with a capital T, the truth that you can't deny. And it's requires practice to get there. And I think it requires even more practice to listen actively and then to have the courage to act on it, because oftentimes it doesn't tell us exactly what we want to hear, but it does tell us exactly what we need to hear. So let's relax so that we can be in the best space to be open to this voice by inhaling and holding and exhaling slowly. Inhaling and holding and exhaling slowly. We can close our eyes on this last breath. Inhale and hold and exhale slowly. And that card will come up so that you can review. And as your eyes flutter closed, the card does remain up so that you can take a look at it if you need to remind yourself of what the card was showing us. But let us have our breath return to a comfortable pace, but always with that intention of inhaling and holding and exhaling and holding. Breathe deeply and intentfully. And as we breathe with our deep and intentional breaths, we begin to notice something happening to our bodies. And our bodies are relaxing. They're going soft and becoming more and more light in weight. In our mind's eye, and we allow our bodies to become so soft and so lightweight that we begin to notice that it was never really there at all. But what is there is a beautiful, luminous essence made up of beautiful colors and crystal jewels that reflect and refract the light. As this essence that is this luminous, ever-changing color, unique and beautiful, enters into the ether, realizes that it is always here in this space of darkness and light, however we see it changing. We feel safe as this essence, this glowing essence. We also sense that there are other of these glowing essences around us this evening, meditating in real time or on the recording, but it doesn't matter, because in this space, there is no time. There's only the presence of these souls together, seeking insight and answers from the divine that lives within us all, the divine me. And now that we're here in this space, we become acutely aware of how our surroundings go from dark to light and back to dark. They're ever changing. We just get our bearings floating in the darkness and glow a little more brightly. And then it changes, the darkness fades and the light comes in, drowning out our very presence, as we then have to dim ourselves or try to find a way to see ourselves in all of this light that surrounds us. And we are part of it all as essences. We make up all of it together. And in our frustration to let go of this idea that things can change or become transits, or that experiences and people are transits here to set our course differently, to make us see and experience things differently. This movement from light to dark in the ether symbolizes our inability to affect changes exteriorly to us, only how we respond to them. And as we relax to this idea that we cannot predict the shifts, we can only live and respond to them as we relax and go with the flow. We realize that, in fact, we are always gracefully and respectfully responding to changes. And for the next few moments, we're going to reflect on this shift, this change, this transit, whatever it resonates for us as that transit in our life at this moment. For the divine me, that voice within, has something to share with us about this coming or this current change and shift, this current transit. And so we allow our divine me to just share with us in whatever way it's going to, with words or without, with the music notes, with the sound of the wind. And we commune with that inner voice, that divine me. That divine me speaks to me in my language, what I understand. And I may not understand exactly what's been shared with me as I absorb it and take it in. I have faith that what I am learning tonight will reveal reveal itself or become apparent or more clear exactly when I needed to in this time where transits are upon us. And that divine me embraces me with armless arms, embraces me with love and light and goodness and truth, all available to me should I choose them. As much goodness, as much beauty as I can receive, as I believe I can receive. And that divine me begins to fade in this ether, however I imagined it. But I feel its presence more clearly than I did before we came tonight. Always there on my shoulder or in my mind or in my heart. I allow it to fade, knowing that it is always there. And I allow myself to begin to reconnect with my body, my beautiful essence of light and jeweled colored, shimmering, begins to shape into the body that I remember when I left, relaxed and aware, molding itself into the shape of my body. The colors begin to animate my body from within. Having healed all of my discomforts, having soothed my pains, having heard my spiritual cries and awashing me with peace as I return completely. With 3 quick breaths, on the third we open our eyes, we take a deep breath and exhale. We take another breath and exhale quickly. Take one more deep breath and exhale quickly as we open our eyes together, returning to our space together. That was a magical experience, working in the transits, knowing what those transits were, being able to connect with that divine voice who was sharing with us some serious and wonderful insight about how we might work with these transits as they enter into our lives. We can do this. It's a time of change. It's a time of transit. It's spring. Everything is changing. So, I think it's a beautiful message, and it is now time to activate our meditation and send them out into our intentions out into the flames as we do every week. I send mine first, and then I throw mine into the flames, and they all move together to get out there, be there. And there's something very powerful about watching something burn away, become another form. Magic is afoot, and I love it. So, yes, we are here. We are here at the end of another meditation, and I thank you so much for being here, for sharing that experience. Sue, if you could just hold tight there. I can just see you here in a few minutes. And everybody else, let's see who is here, if anybody. And again, if you are here and I miss you, please know that I will find you, or I can find you. see. And if I haven't found you yet, then please know that anything you say, I'd love to hear from you. Watch the recording. And remember that it is Earth Day. I'm going to try one more space on Facebook. And thank you for being here if you are here and if you've made the opportunity and the... Yes. I'm going to say hello to Monica. I think you're here. Thank you for being here. And I think that's all I can see for now, you guys. And remember that it is Earth Day. We are all here and held here together. And I thank you for making time. Go out there, celebrate the Earth. We are face those transits and know that you've got it together. And we've got your back. And come to this space whenever during the Earth. Remind yourself. Face glorious. And remember, let peace begin with me. That's where we got to start. That's where we can remind yourself. Share. Face glorious. Remember, let peace begin with me. Peace be with you. That's where we got to glorious. That's where we can remind yourself. Share. Face glorious. Remember, let peace begin with me. Peace be with you. That's where we got glorious. That's where we can remind yourself. Share. Face glorious. Remember, let peace begin with me. Peace be with you. That's where we got glorious. That's where we can remind yourself. Share. Face glorious. Remember, let peace begin with